FlossTube. This is Sharon Clarks with Clarky's Crafts. I am doing an update. I didn't make November and December. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But what I plan on doing is talking about what's going on in my life. Talk about a year-end review of all the things that I stitched. And I stitched about 60 projects. I had about 70 projects that weren't just all stitching done this year. And then I'm going to go through my whips that I have left over from the year and my new start. So first things first, what's happening in my life? Well, my house is at a standstill. I have a nice big safe room / closet for the weather and a slab, and that's about it. The weather's been keeping me from having the house framed. I talked to the builder yesterday, and he said that looks like in about a week we'll start with the framing. Hopefully the weather will work with us. My father, as you know, had a stroke 3 years ago. October 2018, we found out he had a spot on his lung, and he did radiation treatment for that. Late November, he started getting sick and not being able to talk, and so we thought he had another stroke. We took him to the hospital and found out he had brain cancer. And he passed away in December. Sorry. But this is a new year. Things are moving on. I have my job, and my mom and I are going to move into my house, hopefully in May. We'll see. Okay. Let me get calm. Alright, so let's go through my finishes for 2019. And I'm going to try to do them in order that they were done. Some of them were pieces, so I'll show all the same pieces at one time. The first one is Lovebird by Just Another Button Company. I did it on just natural linen, and I used DMC floss. Okay. The second one I finished, my sister-in-law, I really can't say that I finished it. My sister-in-law gave me a kit of little stockings, and some of them had been done. There was only one left, the little bear, and he was about a third of the way done, or he had been started, and I finished him. Okay. Happily Ever After, I did, I finished the whole thing. Since I bought the whole thing as one kit, I'm only going to count it as one. Let me turn my light a little bit better. So, I think I already had this one and this one finished. So, maybe a few more. But I know I did Robin Hood. I did September, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I did The Ugly Duckling. I did January, February, March, April, May. Robin Hood. I did these three right here at the same time together and finished them. And then King Arthur, Pride and Prejudice, and then I finished this one in December. So I finished the Happily Ever After series. It's stitched with DMC floss on 28 count linen looking glass from Under the Sea Fabrics. Okay. Man of the Month. I think I had like the last three to do. So I had October, November, and December I finished this year. I did Katrina's, the club, the Man of the Month club. So this is the finished product. And I still have to put on the beads and the nose and the buttons, and then I'm going to frame it. Hopefully have it framed for next year to put in my new house. The next one was Six Fat Men. I've had this one for a long time. Where did I put it? Here it is. And I had only done one of them. And so I started on Snowed In. I had already done the house. So this year I've done Snowed In, Snow Friends, Snow Day, and Let It Snow, and Snow Fun. And so I got the matching set of snow bales that I plan on doing this year, and I'll show you those in a little bit. Little House Needlework. Just a second. On Little House Needlework, I finished Wisdom. Ooh, that's coming up really bad. Is that better? Wisdom, Courage, oops, sorry. Courage, Friendship. I think that's at the bottom here. Friendship. Is it coming in? Let's see what else. Peace. Peace. Love. I think I did Hope already. Well, here's Hope and Patience. And right now I'm working on Faith. Okay, so this is a whip. So you saw a whip. Main Street, I did the bookstore. This is another whip. I haven't finished it yet. I finished the bookstore, which is right here. I can't see. The bookstore. And let's see, where's the other one? The cafe. And then I did the church. I used her flowers and her sun, but I drew out and stitched the church myself. So I got those 3 done this year, and I'm working on the grocery store right now. I normally don't use a hoop, but I'm using the hoop with this one because it's so big and bulky. Main Street Summer Retreat. I finished the Honeybee and the Ladybug Lane this year. The Honeybee Hideaway and the Ladybug Lane. Let me back up a little bit. The Man of the Month was on the Called For fabric with the Called For threads. The 6 Fat Men was on a Picture This Plus Cloud or something like that with DMC. Main Street is on Ada that I hand dyed myself. And Virtues is on Milk Chocolate with DMC floss. And this is on a piece of, I think it was a solo mini from Silk Weaver with DMC floss. And I'm going to frame them all together. Okay, so then the next thing was I did the Zippy Chicken Flatbed. I thought that was really, really cute. It's on Ada. It's a kind of a grayish khaki Ada with DMC floss. Percy's Penguins Praiseworthy Stitches was a kit that my sister Jennifer got me. And it's really teeny tiny fabric and a teeny tiny count. I can't believe I got it, because I usually can't do the teeny tiny count. But there he is. Isn't he cute? And I did the Autumn Harvest Haunted Halloween House from Mill Hill. It's that one. And I've stitched it up, but I haven't finished it. I'm going to do that this weekend. Okay. I did the Flip It Meow. Isn't that cute? I'm going to make a pink keep out of that one. I got a coastal, it's called Coastal Camper, and you make a card out of it. So you take this and put it in the card. I did a sunflower bookmark. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. I did Amy Brecken's. All of these were on, that was on Ada, the Meow with DMC. The Meow was on some Silk Weaver on using DMC. And then this one is, I think it's called Candy Corn. I think it's Picture This Plus. I'm not really sure. But this Amy Brecken's feet and her pumpkin spider. Boo. Let's see if it says on here. Oh, excuse me, Fabric Flare. And so is the snowman. The snowman's on Fabric Flare. And I think this is Candy Corn. I did the Stoneware Snowman. It was a kit, so it came with the thread and the fabric. Bird in Hand Valentine's Day. And it's done on some Silk Weaver fabric, pink, I don't know what the count is, with DMC floss. The Stocking Snowman was a Mill Hill kit. I need to cut it out and make an ornament out of it. Ta-da Pingy. Again, some Silk Weaver. This is a Amy Brecken, I think. Isn't it cute? And I put the metallic thread in for the ornament on his head. It didn't call for that. Then I also have S's for Sheep on the other side of the fabric. I think that is a Elizabeth's design. Again, DMC floss. Curious Owl is from Art to Heart. Art to Heart. I'm trying to put my initials in and I keep forgetting to go back and fix it, put the date in. It's stitched on a Solo Mini 28 count Jubilee, and I really liked this fabric. It's kind of stiff and it's not, I don't know, just really like the fabric. Then I did a jeweled pear. Too bright, too glary. There. So here it is. I like that bead. I started it out on this side, which is a green, and then realized it's supposed to be on this side, which is white. Okay, now it's too bright. Okay. Warm Water Wash by Raise the Roof. Flip Flops Are Flopping. It's stitched on Silk Weaver with the specialty thread. I had to make her a little hippier because I washed it and got a little bit of, there it is, you can see. I washed it and it's kind of bled. She's got a little more hip than what she should have. I did Time for Tea, which was a little teapot, but I stitched that and gave it to my sister Bridget, so she already has it. If I can remember, I'll put a picture of it right here so you can see it. The next one was Robin Hood. I was really excited about getting this one finished. It's one of my first kind of like this. I haven't done like this before, and I really, really like it. And yes, I have a fan on in January. It's like 70-something degrees outside. And it's nighttime. That's done on regular linen with DMC floss. The next one is Itchin' to be Stitchin'. It's supposed to be BE Stitchin', but I put BEE because there are bees in it. I used the call for DMC floss. I didn't do any color change. And this is on like a natural or a cream linen. Don't know the count. I'm going to use this fabric and this lace, to make a pillow out of it. Happily ever after. Then the next thing that I've worked on and finished was my oldest whip, Wicked Patch. I got this at the Silver Needle retreat that I went to. It was an exclusive for the retreat, and then I noticed the other day that it was for sale. I went to one of Katrina's retreats this last weekend. We'll talk about that. And I saw it in there for sale. And they provided the threads and the fabric, so it's the call for fabric. It's the call for threads, mostly DMC. There was some specialty threads in there. The next thing was Tuffet's Cupboard. Now this one I've had for a long time, and I don't know why it took me so long. It took me forever to do the top half of the pattern. There were 4 patterns. It took me like, I finished part 2 on August 4th, part 3 on August 7th, and part 4 on August 11th. So I have no clue why it took me so long. This piece right here was part 4. I think the bottom was part 3, and then the middle section right here was part 2. I don't remember exactly, but that should have taken me as long as it did to finish. I should have finished it a long time ago. But it's finished. I got to put all the buttons on it. You see how it has all these big open spaces? Well, in those big open spaces, there are buttons and beads and paraphernalia that you put on there. The next thing I finished was Shake It Up Snow Globe. Isn't that so cute? That is absolutely adorable. It was a kit. It came with a thread and the fabric, so I used what they gave. I love that one. If you'll notice, there's a lot of smalls. This year was the year of smalls, so I can make some finishes. So Sea Hag, that was a new release at Market in March, and I think she is absolutely adorable. And I finished her. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Now, I had finished, there's a companion one to this. This one is the green door, and I had finished the red door last year. So, it's really pretty. With some specialty stitches. I used the call for threads, which were DMC threads. And that's natural linen. I don't know the stitch count. It's either 28 or 32. That's all I ever work on. The next one is Now I Know My ABCs. This was my first sampler. It was a freebie. I put the date up there at the top and put my name. And then at the bottom down here, for my School of Magical Stitches, we had to write something in runes, R-U-N-E-S. And so I put my initials, that's SNC, in runes. And I followed the pattern, even though I did not like changing the colors in the middle of the letter, but I did what I was told. So. Then I did Dolphin Play. Sorry, I have cat hair, believe it or not. So it's a light blue Ada fabric. And it's really pretty, and it's DMC floss. Okay. Now, we started doing little stitch alongs, and I had done, oh, say, can you see, as a drum, and I decided I wasn't going to do the drums, so I decided to do this one instead of as a drum, as a pillow. So put on the hat. It's on a sponged fabric by True Colors, I think, with DMC floss. Okay. Then we had to do, in the School of Magical Stitches, we had to do something that was solid color, and I didn't have anything in my stuff at the time, so I did this. And we had to do 200 stitches, so there's 100, I think there's 100 X's here and 100 X's here, so it's over 200 stitches. And it's just some random piece of linen that I had in there, this size. I didn't cut it, it was already cut that size. It's like 333, I think is the color. So there's that one. Now, Santa's House is one of my active whips, but I finished one piece of it. Well, I say finished. I didn't do the back stitching. Give me a second. I'll find it right quick. Okay, there it is. It's at the very back, of course. Santa's House. I'm stitching it on, I think it's another one of those sponged fabrics from True Color. Oh, upside down. I finished the kitchen this time around. So I'm now working on the fourth part, which is the workshop upstairs. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sorry. It's done with DMC floss. I don't really know the count of the fabric, but it's a fabric that's painted on one side. I think it's that True Color sponged again. Ah, the beautiful one. The one I'm very proud of. The Tiger Lily. No, I do not have the pattern anymore. Sorry. I borrowed my sister's pattern and I returned it to her when I finished, so I do not have it. It's also on one of those sponged fabrics from True Color. I think it was perfect. She's beautiful. I bought a frame for her, brought it home. Of course, I didn't measure her. Brought it home. Nope, it didn't fit. The next finish was Whimsy Santa. I got to put it together. I couldn't find. I got to finish putting it together. So there's Santa and the thing to hang it from. So I've got to make the chain, the rope to hang it from. Let's see, I haven't made the rope yet. I lost that piece that came with it, so I'm going to have to make my own. And then my last finish of the year, I haven't put the buttons on yet. There's going to be a little birdhouse here, here, and there. It's called Rooms with a View by, I think it's Raspberry Patch, I think is what it was. Maybe Strawberry Patch. It's DMC on some silk weaver fabric. Again, probably 32 count. It's kind of small. So those were my finishes for the year. Now, I finished a couple of Afghans. I did a macrame pot holder. I did some a couple wristlets for my keys for work. I did some humbug bags. I was just kind of looking around to see if I could find one of them, but I can't see one, so I don't know where it's at. I did a jelly roll rug. Oh, there was another pattern that I did the cleaning and scrubbing with the lady rocking the baby. I finished that and gave it to my sister Jennifer. My sister Jennifer framed it and gave it to my mother. So my mother has it at her house. Now the next thing I want to talk about is what I did this weekend. I went to a stitcher retreat in Huntsville, Alabama. It was one of Katrina's retreats. I had a wonderful time. We enjoyed ourselves. We stitched like the dickens, even though it was a bad weather, and we didn't have to go get in the stairwell, but they were like, if it gets bad, you can go get in the stairwell. It got pretty bad for a little while there, but then it got better. I did buy some patterns, so let me pause for a second. I'll run get them right quick. Okay, so a couple of the ladies were selling project bags out of their room, and so I got a few of them. This one and this one. I got from Kern. Yes, Kern. And I really can't remember this lady's name, so I'm going to look it up and I'll post it below. I'm going to use this one for my crochet, I think. And then from Katrina, I threw it on the floor. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. I bought these Jim Shore Mill Hill bead chicks. There are 6 of them. I got 4 of them. I didn't get the white one and I didn't get the purple one because Katrina didn't have them. But I'm going to do those. I love these little Mill Hill kits. I got those. I bought triple sampler. I just love the colors. I don't know. The bright blue just drew me in. And it has a house and a bird. So we're good. And I bought, oh, look at that. Isn't she adorable? I bought it so I could stitch it. I don't know. There's no reason for me to do it other than because it's cute. So I think I'm going to give it to my niece Lily when I finish. Look at those little bunnies. Of course, I might give it to my friend Bersha. She likes bunnies. And then at Katrina's retreat, she gave us some goodie bags this time. And in the goodie bag was one of her patterns. It says, I will keep calm, I will be mistress of myself, Jane Austen. And I can't wait to stitch that. Isn't that cute? So that's what I had. Oh, let's not forget about the fabric. I bought Hera 28 count linen. And I forget what I bought it for. I know I bought it for something. But then again, you know me. I buy fabric just to buy fabric. It's Under the Sea fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? That is so gorgeous. Okay. Sorry. This weekend, my sister Jennifer, Bridget, and I are meeting up with some friends. And we're going to do some finishing. So when I come back, I will do another video with all the finishings where we finished, like cubes and pillows and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to finish up I have a bucket full. I say bucket full. I have it's one of those like treasure chest totes you get at Michael's with the little handles on it. It is absolutely full of patterns that I have done. So I'm going to try and knock some of those out as finishes. Of course, a lot of them need to be framed. So what I want to do is my whips and then talk about what my plan is for this year. So I'm not going to do it in any order. I'm just going to grab them out of the pile and show you my whips. So technically it's not a whip, but it is. I started these for my mother, and I had 5 of them to do, and I've done 2. So I've got 2 more of these, and I'm working on this one right now. All I got done was the little heart up there. These are hard on my hands. When I'm trying to stitch, it's hard to hold that plastic canvas and stitch. I don't know why I have a hard time with that. I already showed you this one. I'm working on Faith. And so I have left to do, I'm following, I think it's Yellow Farm. I wrote it down somewhere. Let me see. Not here. I don't know where I wrote it down at. But it's, I think it's Little Yellow Farm lady was doing it. So I followed her pattern, but I put mine in, I just stitched mine in a more random order. So I'm working on Faith right now. I still have Gratitude, Simplicity, Kindness, Joyful, and then I'm going to do like she did, and I'm going to stitch this in the middle. So all the little sheep are Little House Needlework, and then this was Country Cottage. Well, there's a strip right in the middle, about 5 stitches I might have to cut out, so I have to cut out a word. But that's my goal, is to finish this year. I'm planning on finishing all these whips this year. We'll see. You saw my Santa house. Don't know what to do with it. But this is what it's going to look like when we're finished. This one. So I've got this one, and the sleigh done. I have all this outer border to do, and the top 3 and the roof. From Tiny Modernist. Then I have the Halloween house when I finish that to start on. That'll probably be next year though. Main Street. I'm almost done with Main Street. I've got the grocery store, and then on this end here I'm going to put the post office. Let's see, what do I have left? I have the post office, the bakery, and the art gallery. I'm going to put the gazebo. Okay, sorry. The post office, the bakery, and the art gallery. I'm going to put the gazebo in the middle, because I made it like a town square. Let's see. Okay. It's a town square, so we'll put the gazebo in the middle, and then I'm going to use this pattern to build a garden in the middle. The 4 corners, I'm going to put like an art walk on one corner, words in one corner, a bench and a post office box in another corner, and I haven't figured out the last corner yet. I think this is with needle and thread. It's the pumpkin and the crow. And this is a silk weaver. I don't know, because it's all sewed up. And DMC thread. It's an October freebie. We all started doing that together in October. That's as far as I got. Let's see. Can you see it? Lady of the Flag. Haven't gotten very far on her. I need to work on her some more. Erica Michaels. Ooh. Erica Michaels, Every Moment. And I bought, I think this is doubloon fabric. I don't know what count, probably 32. I've gotten this much done on it. I bought the frame to go along with it. I'm using DMC floss. I don't know who the doubloon's from. I just know it's doubloon. This one I hope to be my first finish. It is Snowcatchers. I'm almost done with it. I was trying to make it my finish in December, but with all that was going on, I didn't make it. So I'm right there. I just got to do the bottom of him, and then the bottom shelf with the hats, and then the word Snowcatcher, and then come back and put the whispers. So hopefully that'll be my first finish of the year. I was going to have it finished for this weekend so I could finish it at the finishing retreat, but yeah. No, I decided to buy a new laptop, and so I spent all week working on getting my stuff organized and getting all my pictures together so that I can move it to a new laptop. My laptop came in today, and right now it's updating everything, so I'm having to wait. So this is the last time I'll use my tablet to make my video because I bought a new laptop / tablet, so I don't have to carry around two things, only one. So this will be the last video with this, and hopefully it'll be a better video. This is my next whip. It's a kit. I think I'm doing it for my mother because my mother likes to garden. There's the ladybug. And there's what I've gotten done on the banner part. It's a canvas, and you use 3 or 4 threads of, well, I guess it's DMC floss. It was a kit, so whatever the kitted floss is. Home of the Brave is one by Amy Brecken. Oops, upside down, of course. Okay. It's on the call for fabric, and I've gotten this far. Okay. Get it up a little better. Well, I'm sorry. I don't iron them until they're done. I have my ink circle maps, and I've made some progress on it. I'm working on the border. I still haven't finished the border. As you can tell up here, see how it's dark and then light. So like the inner border is not quite finished. I've got 2 of the 3 colors on the inside part of the border. This inside part right here. There's 3 colors here, and there are 3 colors here. I've got 2 here and 1 up there. And then once I finish that, then I have to finish my banner. And then we start putting things in the sea. Oh, I forgot my compass. I have to do my compass, put things in the sea like mermaids and ships and octopi, and then put things on the land like castles and wars and all that kind of stuff. So I've got the patterns. I just have been slacking, I guess I should say. I don't know what this one is. Oh. Heart in Hand, Bird in Hand, Christmas. And I've gotten that far. I'm working on my bird. Regular linen. It's like a natural linen. I don't know, 32 count DMC floss. This wasn't my last one. I'm doing Spiral by Jardin Privé. And I'm doing it on Pele's Fire. Pele's Fire 32 count linen by Under the Sea Fabric. And this is as far as I've gotten. So I made some, I had the one stitch, like the half stitch, and I finished the X, and now I'm moving inside the circle. Isn't that pretty? Now the fabric's gorgeous, but I think that was the best spot to start. It's a lot of the different colors in the circle. I'm about halfway. I've got about a fourth of the circle, a little more than a fourth of the circle, outer circle done. There's a complete circle around and then the house and stuff inside. So I think that was my November new start. And this one was my December. No, the Christmas was my December new start. This is Bird in the Hand Summer. And that's as far as I've gotten. That's the bottom. Yep, the bottom. Again, just a natural linen and DMC floss. I don't know what the count is. I did start a new one, even though technically, oh, no, I didn't buy that for this one. I bought this fabric. It's called Amber at Katrina's. That was the other thing that I bought. I forgot about it. But I have, I'm doing witchy wash on it. And so I've got one sock. That's an hour's worth of work right there. Because as you know, we stitch for an hour and then change projects. And my goal is to get down to where I have like 3 projects, so I just keep moving through those 3 projects. But that's not going to happen because I'm adding new ones this year. Lucky Cats, I did work on this one. This is the pattern. Got the cat, this cat finish and the heart finish, and I'm working on this cat right here. It's on Ada, and it's a high count Ada because it's little squares. I filled in the flower and then I did the ears, so that's all I did on this one. We're getting close to the end. Ah, last one. Secret Layer by Bent Creek. I didn't get a whole lot done on this one. I kept getting distracted. Food kept distracting me. So I was putting in the eyes on the pumpkin. That's basically all I did was the eyes in an hour. So I went shopping, got up made, walked around, took a nap. So those are all my whips that I started the year with that are from last year. The oldest whip that I have right now is Lady of the Flag that I started June the 24th of 2017. She's the oldest. I have of those 1, 2. Actually, I take that back. Lucky Cats is the oldest. I did Lucky Cats May 10th, 2017. So I've got those 2 from 2017, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 from 2018, and then the rest of them are from 2019. So I am getting caught up. I am working on, I plan on doing one new start each month. So this month, my new start was Winter Quakers. Now, I love these, but I love the look of them, but I generally don't like to do them because I don't like that jumping around. So I bought the kit that came with the threads. Aren't those gorgeous? And then I had this, it's called Tarnished Silver. It's a 28 count Lugana. The pattern calls for Picture This Plus Cashel 28 count Dwarf. But I didn't have that, and I liked this fabric, so I'm going to use this fabric. and I had it was just the right size for the pattern. So this is how much I've gotten done, and I'm following like they say. I'm doing one page at a time, working on that. So that's what I've done since January 1st. I started this one on January 1st of this year, and I'm going to work on it the whole month of January, and then I'm going to do like one day a month, maybe more, depends. But Jennifer and I were talking, and we came up with an idea, because I know I haven't been working on my Lady of the Flag. And Jennifer says, well, since she's, got the flag, 4th of July, how about working on it the 4th of the month? So that's what I'm going to do with that one. I'm going to work on it the 4th of the month. But I'm going to do a new start every month, and then I am going to participate in the Stitch Mania, and I'm only going to do 20 projects, but I'm going to again do them with small projects so that I can knock these big projects out. Now, I went and bought Jen Lee's 24-hour stitching book, day planner, and then I came up with an idea of, I made Katrina's Retreat, and so I have what projects the date and the location, what projects I worked on each day, what my haul was, and where we went to eat. So you can do it. It's just my Microsoft Excel. Alright, so the last thing I want to show you, I got 14 minutes, is what I plan on stitching on, what I've got planned so far for this year. Stitching projects. So, let me find them. I think these are most of them. Okay. First one is Happiness is Walking on the Beach. Isn't that cute? I love the colors. And I bit the bullet, like I said, and I bought Chatelaine. I bought a small one. It's not very big. It's a mini mandala mystery. I just think those colors are beautiful. Those look like little adobe houses to me. Arizona Needleworker, shame on you. You shouldn't have showed that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, it came with the fabric, which is hard to see, but it's just plain white Ada, and the threads. So I'm guessing that background is stitched. We shall see. It looks like Ada. Yeah. I haven't opened it up yet. I don't know when I'm going to start that one. Probably this summer. And again, Jen Lee, it's all your fault. A Year at Hawk Run Hollow. And mainly because I'm a May baby, and I love doing the little seasonal or monthly things, but most of the time when they do something for May, it is not cute. You got cute little bunnies in April, and you got carrots and stuff. May's usually an ugly pattern. I'm sorry. It's ugly. But this time, that is so me. I love sunflowers, and I love houses, and those flowers are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do it. So actually I should do one a month, I guess. So I should start on that one. I might start on that one later. I think that's all I've got really planned right now. Let me look, make sure there's not something else in the pile here. I got a big old pile. I have a bunch of other patterns that I want to do, and a bunch of smalls. I pulled out all my smalls, and I have them over here, so we'll see. But those are the ones that I plan on working on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the bells. Where are the bells? snow bales. Hold on a second. My pile of mess is getting messy. I have 2 more I want to do. I want to do the snow bales. So it's going to look like this. Let me just do that. There's 6 snow bales to go along with the 6 fat men. So I'm going to try to find a fabric that's pretty close to the ones that I have for the 6 fat men. So the 6 snow bales. And then I want to do 3 short words from Lizzie Kate. Okay. So those are my plans. Like I said, this weekend we are going to meet with some friends and do a finishing retreat, a finishing get-together. We're getting together and do it ourselves. I'll try to remember to do a video after we get back from that. Maybe when I come back, before I make my video, we'll have some walls of sorts for the house. Hopefully they'll start framing. I went and looked at some granite. I think it was granite today that a friend of my brother's has extra, and it was pretty. It's a little busy for me, I think, but we'll see. I'm gonna think about it, and then because like he said, you know, they're gonna cut it up, so it's not gonna be all that busyness all in one place. But I'm gonna think about it. It doesn't show. Wouldn't show any dirt. That's kind of nice. It's not white. It's not black. So we'll see. I think that's everything that I have to talk about. So thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. For those of you who knew about my father and messaged me and stuff like that, thank you so much. It was really appreciated. I think that's everything. So have a good holiday weekend, because it's Martin Luther King Jr. holiday this weekend, and hopefully next time I make a video it'll be with my new laptop. Thank you. Bye.